What do you think of keto?
Um, I for a small percentage of the population, it can work. But there's definitely issues with going keto. I experimented with everything. When I was 20, I did low carb, I did keto, and there's downsides. And one thing is that carbohydrates replenish your muscle glycogen when you're training, you're lifting, you rely on that glycogen. So if you're a lifter and you go keto, you tend to hit a wall. And when you're very, very, very low carb, carbs help stimulate insulin, which actually used correctly can be a good thing. So when you're very, very low carb, you end up getting higher cortisol levels. Your cortisol levels go up because insulin and cortisol act in opposition. And so you kind of get in this kind of stressed state. And then carbs help your brain release more serotonin, which makes you feel really good. And so for a lot of people, if you're low carb too long, you can't sleep. Your mood doesn't really feel as good. I remember doing low carb. And if I watched like a really funny comedy movie, I wouldn't even be laughing.
Right. Well, it's also okay. So you're saying so you have these hormonal feedback loops, right?
Yeah.
So one is insulin glucagon, right?
Yeah.
All right. So when you eat, how does that, by having more carbs, you increase the amount of insulin released to control the sugar in your body, right? So the idea is insulin gets released when you eat sugar because it reduces the sugar in your body, right? That's why diabetics who lack insulin can't eat a lot of sugar because it stays in their bloodstream, right? So insulin aids in the process of disposing of the sugar in your blood, correct?
And also the storage hormones, so helping your body store those nutrients, right?
Insulin stores?
Like insulin's used in helping store those.
So it turns it into what? Into glycogen? Is that what happens?
Well, the carbs replenish your glycogen. So when you're working out, you're lifting weights.
Right, you're relying on the glycogen. That's like essentially your immediate stores of energy, right? So you have here's the way it goes. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Yeah.
You have the sugar in your bloodstream in the form of glucose, right? And then when you exhaust that, which is pretty quickly, right? The next thing your muscles turn to is the stored glycogen, right?
Right.
When you deplete glycogen, that's when they call runners hitting the wall, when every bit of glycogen has been depleted from your muscles, correct?
Yeah.